Girl Call Me with Tanya and Jessica is all about community.
Because listen, in a world that's getting wilder by the day, one thing we know for sure, we can't do this alone.
And as always, we're keeping it raw, keeping it funny, and keeping it real. Because if we can't be honest here, then girl, call me later.
So grab your tea, get comfy, and get ready for a season full of laughs, love, and the kind of conversations you need in your life.
And girl, you know what it is. You know what it is. It's my favorite season. I'm so excited because I am a
What
prof-
season are you calling your favorite? Just so I
well,
know.
we're beyond, to me, if you are asking myself, we are beyond fall already. And we have entered,
December 21st, by the way, is the winter equinox. So that's the beginning of winter.
well, I appreciate you giving me that like
So,
background,
well,
but
I'm
that's
asking,
not,
so what
I
is
don't
so
think that
what is
matters to me.
what is fall? Okay, well, then I
I
wouldn't call
mean,
it seasons since seasons actually does refer to something official, but it's fine.
I'm excited. As I said last week, when Mariah comes out of her box, of which you didn't had any idea what the box was, and I think people are a little concerned about you right now.
Eh,
But that it was time for me to start thinking about Christmas, thinking about the season. It's actually the whole season.
So what do you do for Thanksgiving? What season is Thanksgiving considered for you?
It's a bridge. I mean,
Thanksgiving
really,
is the bridge, you mean?
who's really? I mean, we
Last week
with
you were
it.
talking about gourds. You
That's fall. My point is, and I just want to say, welcome to our listeners. Like, subscribe, rate. Thank you for listening. So grateful. But clearly you've walked into. It's almost like you walked into a conversation with Jessica and I, and you
well, I'm just saying. So
midstream.
I have no problem with that. So fall as a mid-September birthday who had to remind you that it was not fall until the 21st of September,
This is
that
awkward.
means that you are telling me fall for you is September and October, and now November and December is Christmas.
I think let's just say it's the season. I mean, let's just be honest. In a
Mhm.
modern,
Those are seasons, by the way. Those are
we're
by the
moving
way,
forward.
fall or slash autumn is a season
We're
by
moving
definition.
beyond the pilgrims and just showing up for mac and cheese and turkey, right? So what I'm saying
Mhm.
is it's the bridge. It's that the day after Thanksgiving, I start throwing Jen's gourds into the trash and I
Yeah.
start pulling out the tree. It's serious.
I'm just being clear that it's the 1st week and Thanksgiving is the 4th week. So there's still 3 weeks that you're just calling a wash right
You know
now.
what? No, it's 3 weeks of
Preparation.
unlimited Christmas holiday movies from BET to BET to Lifetime to Hallmark. This is the time in which, every village has someone who's willing to give up their job because she fell in love when she bumped into the guy at the local store. That's where I'm entering. And I just appreciate everyone who's going to join me on this ride.
So no, all the leaves are brown for you.
All the leaves are brown.
'Cause that no, 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 you skipped it. Remember, it's the
You know
bridge.
what? I mean, listen, my wife starts fall in September, and those gourds and those pumpkins are rot at this point. So I've had it.
Ew.
I've had my
Look,
fill.
maybe
I've had my
this is
fill.
what so I'm saying. You guys need to maybe get your calendar tighter and you wouldn't have that issue.
Huh, interesting.
Just
Um,
saying.
I'm not sure I was asking for a calendar or a consultant, but when I do,
Audit, a
I
calendar
appreciate
audit.
a calendar audit. But you know what? Most of all, I'm just grateful to be here, be alive, be enjoying life in some sense of the way. Trying to not be guilty because I feel so bad about what's happening in the world. Life is lifing for many people. And I say that we need to those of us who are able to just need to remember those. So when you're getting food at the local restaurant, maybe get an extra box and or think about, you were talking about maybe getting gift cards when you're at the grocery store so you can hand out stuff to maybe the mom on the line. So I think we need to just think about paying it forward. It's the season not of taking, the season maybe of giving.
I read something today that said you are much closer to someone who receives SNAP benefits than you are a billionaire. So just remind yourself that.
Say that again. Say that again for all of us on the back row.
Yeah, you're much closer to someone who is on SNAP benefits than you are a billionaire.
Girl, can I just say
So
that's so real. That's so real.
a lot of y'all
Yeah.
out there don't think you are.
Mm.
A lot of you drive a Tesla, so you think you're Elon. You got Elon money, or
I hope y'all are not.
You got Amazon Prime, so you're calling yourself Bezos. Like you're not the one. You're not. No, you and no one in your life is probably as close. I shouldn't say no one in your life. Maybe some of y'all, but not many people know someone who is a billionaire or close to one.
Right.
So check yourself.
Ooh, you're really coming for next today, aren't we?
I'll give a shine to your girl Billie Eilish, who spoke up at that
Listen,
Wall Street Journal. What she called them? She
she
called
spoke
them.
truth to power. She spoke
She
truth
said
to power.
something. She said, "Come on, boo boo." She used some little cute term. She said, go ahead and give some money." Why are you a billionaire anyway? Is her question. Which
I
I
know he
agree.
was not happy. Bezos, was it Bezos? Wasn't Bezos that? Who
I
was
don't
it
know,
that
but
she was
shout out.
talking
Actually,
to?
let's not use her name. Let's not use his name. Let's talk about Mackenzie Scott this year or this week. Another HBCU. Howard said,
Another.
"Thank you for that 80 million."
Yes. Yes. I think women are just doing it. I'm
Look,
just saying.
I have a sign behind me that says, "Where there is a woman, there's magic."
Yes. And there's one forever first lady, and she's black girl magic all away.
Okay,
100%. Let's talk about
let's
sis.
talk about our first family because
Well,
the
there's been
two of them
conversations.
the two of them made some waves this weekend.
They've been busy. Listen, they're all, sometimes they go into that cave and you don't see them. They go to
Right.
Martha's Vineyard. Listen, that's the life I want.
Right.
But then sometimes they're out in these streets. She did she did an interview on 2020
Robin
yesterday
Roberts.
where he has been calling women fine and saying, but my wife is fine too. I mean, and doing what he does with his
He's
grayer hair and
he
just that
said, I'm
handsome
out here.
chiseled Leo face.
Look, I
Just
was gonna say you can't keep a Leo out of the spotlight too long. And he's like,
oh,
look,
you can't.
I've been out for too long. I need to. And not enough people are talking about the library or my Netflix special or my summer playlist. So
Wait,
I need to
hold
hit
on.
the grill.
Let me hit a few things. And since we're gonna do third terms, if we're
That's what
listen,
he said. He
if
said,
we're doing third terms, everyone can throw their hat in the ring. So he said, "Let me just remind y'all who's the winner in this place."
GWB said the same thing. He's like,
Oh
he,
God, not
he put away
not George, not
he
W.
put away his paints for a second. He was like, "Y'all need me? Do y'all need
Okay,
me still?"
nobody needs him to tap in. We need him to go back. But Newsom might be. I don't know if our forever president rolls in. Newsom may be in trouble. He might be a good old VP though.
Well,
Barack likes a tall white man to be his vice president.
look, well, shout out to Nancy Pelosi, who
What
officially
happened?
announced she's not running again.
What? This is late breaking news.
Not
And
by the time this
thank
airs, it won't be, but yeah,
thank
she just
goodness. You
said,
know what? I was hoping she would not come back because you know
yeah,
what?
sis,
Let
because she's
her.
a billionaire, like,
No,
because she's
because
one of them.
she's one of them. I do follow her stock trades, but I will say, I think that there's some semblance and understanding of let her retire.
Yeah.
Do you want to work all up until they wheel you out and you keep falling and you've lost all, senses? No. But I do want to talk about Michelle Obama talking about her black hair because I am not my hair, and I do like to break out in song. I don't know what's going on. It's not Christmas songs.
Wow. Okay.
What I really appreciated was Michelle this week talking about just how we've often probably said, "Whoo, Michelle is on braids again. Whoo, Michelle's in braids again," but she talked about the fact that she didn't feel as though America was ready to have a first lady with braids, and she didn't want to be part of the story and the distraction. There was enough. And I thought that was an interesting comment. But well, I want to kind of talk almost a little bit about what we're talking about for this episode. And it touches on a little bit about Michelle and black bodies and
Girl,
people's
yes.
opinions
Let me tell
and what
actually, let
they're
me tell
you have a
let me
story.
let me
It's,
tell you this story. I have been I don't think overthinking it. I actually well, I
you're still
definitely
thinking
have
about
not been
it.
overthinking it.
Right.
I have been thoughtfully going through it. And yeah, I'm still equally pissed today. So I was at the gym
Hmm.
on someday this weekend,
Yeah.
and it was kind of the part of the gym I was in was kind of empty. I was going to a water aerobics class. So
Okay.
before I went to that, which my friends and I jokingly call rigorous floating sometimes. So sometimes I just go to that for more as like a stretch. And it's, obviously it's not like cardio. So I was like, let me do a cardio circuit before I go down there. Get the heart rate up, do, 20, 30 minutes of cardio
Right.
first. So I was doing a little circuit, ski machine, row machine, tread, abs,
Okay, you're doing a
break,
little okay, reminding
little
us
circle.
all. Come on, girl.
So,
Aerobics.
so I get on the row. I'm like on my third rotation. I
Okay.
notice this guy, I clock this guy coming into the gym. I am not the person I'm not there yet. I cannot get there as like when I'm working out, I don't see anybody else. I notice everybody. Like I notice what people are doing. Whatever. So I see this guy
Okay.
come in. He's got a camera. Weird. Yes.
He's got a camera,
He's
like a
got a
real camera?
Yeah, he's got a camera, but I'm working on this part of the gym that's like kind of some influencers. It's like
Mm,
you're allowed to have cameras in this part where I'm at. So I'm just like,
okay.
whatever. He's like I also thought maybe he was a tourist. European guy, I could tell you. He looked like kind of muscular, like maybe he was a trainer.
Okay.
Great. So he comes up to me when I'm rotating from the row to the tread. And I'm also on one of those treads that is not like electric, right? So it
Okay.
only moves when you move. So when he's over here talking to me, like I've now had to stop my workout because I can't be on that thing and not be paying like full attention, right? So he comes over and he like points to my headphones, which I'm wearing over the ear headphones at this point.
Right.
And he's like, "Hey," starts talking to me. So now I have to stop my entire workout, which I just told you I'm doing a tight circuit before I go to another class. "Hey, I just wanted to give you a tip on your rowing
Did you
form."
did you ask for a tip? I'm curious.
No,
Did you ask?
obviously I didn't ask
Okay.
for a tip. Also, he says, "I'm gonna give you a tip on your form." So at
Wow.
first, and I've thought about this. At first, when he looked to stop me, I almost just didn't pay him any attention, kept
I
my
wouldn't have.
headphones on, and
I'm
was like,
surprised.
"We're
Yeah.
not doing
Why?
this."
Why
But
engaging?
I stopped because I was like, maybe there's a safety reason he's stopping me. This has happened to me before, right? I got my hair out, long braids. I'm on the rower. Like, look, if he was about to say, your hair's about to get caught up in the rower or
Right,
your
and you're
skirt.
about to die. Yeah,
Right.
that
So
would be
I'm
good.
like, yeah. So I pull off the part way, right? Just like this, right? A
Right.
little bit off the ear. I pull my headphone. And he says, I wanted to give you some tips on your form.
Hmm.
At
Interesting.
that point, I'm not even gonna the expletive should have come out of my mouth and I should have said, "You can get on with whatever you're trying to do. I'm not here
Right.
for it." But something in my spirit didn't feel like saying that right then. So I said, "Oh, okay, go ahead, sir. Would love to hear your feedback."
Girl, I
I
still
didn't
don't
say all that.
understand.
I didn't say all that, but
I will say,
my
I don't
face said that.
understand why you
My face
just
said,
didn't
"Go
go like
ahead.
this, put it back on.
Go ahead." So because I'm worried about what people are gonna think about because I'm worried people are gonna think I'm a bitch if I would've went off. I probably can't say that. I'm
Okay.
worried people are gonna think
Or
I'm
you
an
could
asshole
have just
because if
closed
I
your
would've
ears.
said what I really wanted to say, which was like, what I don't and we'll get to this later, also, I'm insecure because I'm like grown up being insecure as a bigger body in a space, right? So I immediately go to like shame. I must be doing something wrong, right? So
Right.
then he starts talking to me about
Carrie
efficient
would not be happy.
Carrie would not be. He starts going talking to me about efficiency of rowing and how I'm lifting my arms a little bit. So now I'm really getting
Right.
pissed
Now
because
he's really
again,
he was studying.
and now I'm annoyed because if he was also going to now give me a tip about how I could hurt myself, that would be another story, right? You're stopping me because again, not just a safety thing, but now I'm about to hurt myself. No. Now you're telling me about efficiency. I looked him right in the face. I said, "I'm doing 1-minute rows. I am doing a 1-minute circuit, so I'm not really focused on efficiency right now. I hear you. Thank you for your feedback." And he proceeded, "Well, let me just give you a couple tips. This is what my coach
Oh my
taught
god.
me,
Oh my
and you're
god.
going to see that you can row so much longer and so much further." Now, first of all, a couple things now that I've had time to digest. Because so what I basically said is, I, I told you, because I think he thought I was going to come and sit back next to him on the row and we were going to do this together. And I said, I have a class I'm going to, and I'm doing a tight circuit. So I done talking about this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay, I'll let you get back to your workout. Thank you, sir.
You should have not interrupted me in the first place, dude.
Right. So here was my initial thought
So wait,
is
before you go on,
mhm.
going back to a little bit of how you were feeling in that moment. How did you feel in that absolute moment? What was your feeling? First feeling.
I can't say what I wanna say because then I'm gonna be the aggressor here, so I need to
Okay.
watch myself. I must actually be doing something wrong.
Mm. Mhm.
I also shaming myself a little bit of like, "Ugh, I knew I was maybe doing something wrong," but like I all
You got
everything
in your head. Everything in
yeah,
your head.
got in my
Right.
head. So then I couldn't even give him the energy that he needed because I was already like now in my own circle. So the first thing I'm thinking is, "Sir, I never said you don't know my fitness goals. I never said you start telling me about how when you wanna row miles, I'm not trying to row miles.
Right, right, right.
Like,
Nobody you didn't ask me the question, first of all.
get out of my face." Second of all, I don't think that, like yeah, I just I'm really trying to, like, understand what goes through someone's head when they feel the privilege, like, that
Yeah,
level of privilege of, like, "Let me tell you about yourself." Like,
right.
let me grab this I didn't even this guy got on the row next to me and started demonstrating what I need to be doing. Yes, girl. And I'm
When you
looking down at him,
sir,
I'm
focus
standing on
on
the
your own
treadmill.
workout. What is going
Right.
on?
Like, "What are you doing?" And then this idea that, like, I I think it's just I think it's where I've been struggling is, like, the story they wanna tell you is that Black women are abrasive and loud and
Listen,
aggressive
all
and
day.
rude and whatever, right? But also should be okay with that situation and just taking it. And it's
Right,
like,
you should be
so what is it really? Are you
smiling
really
and
that scared of
right.
me? I'm such an aggressive person. If you were, what would make you come up to me mid-workout giving tips if I'm such a scary,
Right.
aggressive person?
We should be grateful that you should be grateful
Right,
that they take time, they acknowledge our presence,
right,
or any one of the things, whether it's
right,
going, "Oh, where do you get your hair done?" and choosing to touch your hair, stopping mid-track and talking to you and giving you advice on anything.
right.
But I think the fact that the entitlement of someone I mean, that was pretty bold actually. In some
It was
ways,
really bold.
it wasn't like you were walking by. It wasn't like you didn't have you were you he had to interrupt you
Yes. And girl,
to
that I'm
come up to you.
and you know he never thought about this situation after it happened.
No.
Meanwhile, I have
Meanwhile,
spent
you've been
I've been,
like
like, talking to people because 'cause I'm like I really took, like, an honest inventory. I'm like, "Is this my ego?" Like, before I jump to it's easy to jump to all the things I just said. Is this my ego because I wasn't doing something right and I don't want someone to correct me? And I was like, "No." I mean, I even came home I was telling my husband about it. He was like, "I
I
can't
oh yeah.
believe you didn't cuss him out." I was
See
like,
that
"I know."
thank you, Jay Still,
Yeah.
because I am probably less pleasant than you are, I don't have a tolerance. So it would have been hard for me. It would have been really hard for me to control my one, my face, and two, I just probably would have completely ignored him. And then sometimes though, it would have been considered rude. But the question is, do we care? Should we care? And I guess, the overall conversation that we're going to have is why do people feel entitled and to say, touch, talk, interrupt Black people and Black women?
Yeah, I think it's also like why do we have to why are we often put in situations where your narrative about
Your story.
our
Mhm.
body, your story about our
Mm.
body is more important than the reality, like
Or
my
more
story
important
of
than our
my own
feeling.
body. Yeah,
No, or more important about our feelings. Did this
right.
man, and
Yes,
thinking
that's
about
right.
in all these situations, did
Right.
he think or ponder to think, how would you feel? How is this
No,
woman going to feel by me interrupting her, going
right.
into her space, touching her, advising her,
Oh,
anything?
girl, he did not
Is
touch me. Now that would have been a whole nother
Right.
story.
But even in those
Yeah.
situations, then maybe they do touch you because they're like, "Oh, I wanna know, I
Let
didn't
me
realize your hair grew like that. Can I touch it?" Like, it's or unsolicited advice that
right.
someone thinks because you're a Black woman that you need their professional advice when you're like, "Aren't I senior to you?" Like, so
Right.
aren't I doing a better job than you? But nobody stops. We have to
Right.
stop. We always
Right.
have to stop to think
Right.
about how our reaction will impact them. It's
Yeah.
almost like Michelle thinking, I can't have my hair in braids, although my hair may be falling out because I'm having to get all this hot combs in my hair and all this stuff because I'm worried about what people are going to feel.
Yeah. No, they can't be thinking about what other people feel because I think as like a woman, already as a woman, I think in the part of the gym I'm in, right, was in at this time, like, it's a lot of the area with a lot of free weights and things like that. So
Right.
already I'm like one of a few women. I'm the
Right.
only Black woman in there. So I like I'm of like a bigger sized person. So
Right.
how did you not think at any moment like, hey, me stopping her mid workout? Also, I'm doing a cardio circuit, so I'm sweating profusely. I'm obviously trying to keep, like, up. I'm not doing a slow
Right.
walking circuit where I'm I'm moving quick. So, like, what you couldn't have thought about me because if you
No.
had any of those, it's always on us to think about how is this gonna make someone else feel? Because
Always.
obviously he was not thinking of any dimension of me at all. He was solely thinking about like what I should be grateful that he bestowed
Right.
upon me his coach's advice about how to row miles.
Right. This random coach. But I think it's the question, like, how often do we have to think about every choice and everything that we do?
Right.
And I mean, I think of every interaction, every conversation, every anything, the amount of work and energy that I take up to make sure that I'm thinking through it for that
Right.
person's feelings and to make sure that I don't come across as blank.
Right. And I think it's like sometimes it gets um
Exhausting.
yeah, I mean it does.
I'm
I think
exhausted. It's
it does.
exhausting.
It's exhausting also. It's an extra layer of exhausting if you are a self-aware person because if you are a self-aware person, at the reality is you are going to be doing something that you should be self-examining all the time, right? So the problem is you end up like gaslighting yourself because these people are putting you in these situations all the time that then you are like I was being like, "Okay, is this ego, Jessica? Do you need to check yourself?" And then it's like I just
No.
spent a whole bunch of time I was just gaslit. Like I just spent a whole bunch of time thinking that maybe
Ugh.
I should feel a certain way. And it's like I think that's the same way about, the our bodies being like fodder for conversation. It's like
Ugh.
should we be offended? I was thinking about that the other day. It's like, I don't know, like if you just switch the conversation, if we were just saying, you know, uh, the one that's easy for people is like the tennis players, I think, because just it's an individual sport. You're staring so much at someone's body. And so people are like, that's their way out of saying like the things they say about Coco or that they used to say about
Mm,
Serena or Venus's bodies are okay. It's like, well, yeah, but you're just saying about their body. It's like, no, you wouldn't say like,
right.
oh, look how I can't believe she can hit the ball so hard with no thigh strength. You wouldn't say that about another player. But a black player, you're happy to talk about her thighs and her arms and how she's built differently and
And her buttocks
her
and why.
parents were
Right,
track star like, it's like, okay,
right.
this is it's can never go the other way, right? It's just like we're supposed to be okay with and almost like that comes with the territory of being quote unquote accepted is that like we're allowed to talk about what's different about you, right? It's
Yeah, but
bullshit.
I think it's, there's a history, obviously the
Right,
historical, like, of looking at our bodies, fetishizing about us, and, from the buttocks to the body shaping and thinking that we are over sexualized or we should be over sexualized and that we don't have the freedom to express ourselves however.
right,
Serena deciding to wear biker shorts and however she one legged or whatever she did in her day was her choice.
right,
And recently she's made a decision to be thinner and or to for whatever health reasons. And there's been a lot of conversation around her choice to be on a GLP-1 or to publicize that. I think there's just I think when you think about women who are not women of color and the amount of conversations, and you think of women of color in the public sphere on all senses, on all places, I think you see a huge, from Lizzo on, you know, Janet Jackson and the boob. What happened? I
your
just choked.
voice, yeah,
I just,
whatever happened.
I just
Sounded like you're about to I just went you sound like you're gonna cry from Lizzo on.
choked. I will say I love Lizzo. I love Lizzo because she doesn't give an F. And, she has embraced herself. She chose to be thinner or lose weight, but she's like living her life. And I loved I love her for it. And I don't know, I'm not sure everybody agrees with me, but I love her for it. I think about
Yeah.
Janet Jackson and the nip slip. How many times did Madonna slip a nip? And you know what I'm saying?
When certain people do things, it's looked at as like, so I think about all the things about us that so often are now taken and are looked at as like this innovative, super exciting thing, right? Like I even think about like Botox, fillers. There's
Hmm.
so much like this idea that black doesn't crack, this idea that black
Listen,
women's skin is, and it's like that is never something that is I mean, it's something that we say to each other. It's something kind of some people say, "Oh my god, how do you keep your skin like that, blah blah blah." But if I said that to someone who I very well know is getting fillers and Botox, "How do you
right.
keep your skin like that? That's amazing." It's like, "Oh, well, just a little of this." Like can't share our secrets. But meanwhile, you like ask a black person and you want their whole life like, "Why does your face look like that? How'd you get that? What are you using? How do I I wish I could be like that." And it's like, "Okay, so do you want to be like us or do you not want to be like us?" Right?
I
Like
don't think they really wanna be like us. I think they
the
want to look like
BBL
us.
conversation. Yeah.
They don't wanna be us. They just
No,
wanna
they
have
don't
some
wanna
of the
be, yeah, they don't want
right, they
our
just wanna have a little some of the attributes that they like.
right. Lips, ass, like skin that doesn't
Tan.
age, tan. Yeah, it's like
Right.
and, so I don't know. I have been having just like a struggle with this lately. I think particularly as more and more, I mean, one, particularly as we age, right? And so the people in your circles are doing more and more things. All of people are doing more and more
More
things.
and more.
And when it's white people doing it, it's innovative and it's luxury and it's a med spa but
Right.
when people of color, we brought up the GLP-1 conversation, when people of color are doing it, and there's people who are saying like, "Oh, I'm doing this for health reasons." It's like, you can't get stuff covered on insurance.
Girl, speak it.
But then in the same breath, you get people shaming women for being, black women, all the risks, heart disease, cancers,
Right,
all these things that are attributed to lifestyle. And
right.
then when black women raise their hand and become vulnerable enough and like, okay, I want to lower all these risk factors, it's like, well, now you can't because people abused something, basically, called
And
it
I think I think
innovative,
right, right,
and
and it's like
people
right.
were putting it in med spas and whatever. And so now it's like a bunch of insurance won't cover it. And so it's like, okay, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't.
Yeah, I think there is a I think it's almost like punishing. There's
Right.
a almost a punishing you. They're like, "Okay, everybody wants to get healthy and be healthy. So, oh, we wanna join that. We
Mhm.
wanna use the tools that
Right.
are available to us."
Right.
Tools
Right.
of the devil. I wanna use the tools, but once we start, then they're like, "Oh, no, no, no. We don't want you to be that healthy."
Right. Or,
We
oh, by the way, we don't think the government should be paying for SNAP. Okay, well, what kind of food do you think people buy when they don't have benefits to use at a
Mhm,
grocery store?
right.
They have
And
and live in food
right.
deserts because y'all won't open up commercial real estate won't open grocery stores in some of our communities.
And let's
But
talk about who's
now,
really on Snap.
well, yeah. I mean,
That's a
it's
conversation. There's a narrative that there are angry Black women out there begging for grocery stores to give them their SNAP benefits when the truth is very different in the sense of the majority of the people who actually are on it, but it doesn't even matter. I don't even think that really matters in the
that
scheme
part
of
doesn't
things,
matter because the majority is gonna be white people because white people are the majority in
the
this
majority.
country. Right,
But
but yeah, I think the shaming piece doesn't
right,
happen with white people. The shaming piece is about black
the Black
people, and it's
right,
like, okay,
right.
yeah, like, what I just yeah, I don't understand. I saw some dumb actually, this was a black person, this was a black man making some dumb videos about, like, these, like, how empty the aisles were in Costco because, all the people who weren't you couldn't use their SNAP benefits weren't there, and I'm like, "By the way,
What?
why are we
Most
shaming people for going to Costco? That is literally a wholesale where they can get the best
right.
deal on food. Why are
Girl,
you shaming people?"
have
Like,
y'all had that
what?
rotisserie chicken? Ain't bad. It ain't. It's pretty damn good. I know how
Look,
much
$5 too. $5, you
right.
could
You could
feed a
feed.
family.
Right. How many dishes are you making with that rotisserie chicken? Please stop. But I do think there is, when you think about Black bodies,
We're not
regardless,
sponsored, by the way.
we're not spotted by Costco or GLP ones or which one.
But we're open to
We'll
all of them.
But we'll open call us. Listen, we'll take it. We'll take it for you and give you some free whatever. But I will say that your experience, what you can't even, I often say that we can't even walk down the streets. There's that meme. There's always somebody wanting to be in your business, and there's always a white person basically trying to give you advice. And I know this sounds negative, but what I hope that this episode helps people understand is can you think about the person that you're talking to? Can you stop for a minute? If you're someone white, we have lots of listeners who are. Next time you decide to stop and give someone advice randomly, unsolicited, think about what that other person is feeling. Think about how
Yeah,
you're going to make them feel.
or if you the next time you wonder why something, "Oh, this person seemed really offended by this," or rubbed them the wrong way or whatever, think about maybe why. Like, "Oh, I was just trying to be helpful." It's like, yeah, maybe that's not
Not helpful.
helpful.
Maybe
I
it's
don't
not
know.
helpful. And I think that, in this conversation, when the media is sort of, in some ways, tearing apart a lot of Black women from Michelle Obama to, Lizzo and other prominent
Is
women.
Lizzo still getting are people still talking about Lizzo, or
There was
are
a
you
week
just
last week they
loving
said
on her?
last week they said she was
But that's because
pregnant.
she dressed up pregnant. She dressed up as, like, 3
I don't
different
know.
pregnancy things
I
for
mean, look at
Halloween.
Serena. You can pick any Black woman
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was just
in
wondering specifically, you seemed like you were impassioned
Lizzo's
about
on
Liz
my list. Lizzo's on my list. This is on my
of
list this week.
people you wanna
Of
oh. I didn't know what
Okay.
I don't know what list you're talking about, girl.
Okay, I can't. Not today. Not today on not this episode.
Look, everybody's got different lists.
Everybody, listen, whatever your list is, that's
Whatever your
if that's
list.
on your if that's on your holiday list, if Lizzo's on your holiday list,
Whatever.
that's all good. But but no, I will just say that I really appreciate her when you're thinking about this whole topic because I remember everyone talking about, you know, her being on GLP-1 or not. And I think our friend Carrie, who's been on the show, just recently posted, I think today, just about enjoying your life in a bigger body, and that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's just the labels. When people are already when you already feel othered in an environment, the labels, and I would add healthcare to that conversation, like,
Mm,
was we've talked about before. If you
we've been
already
obsessed with
feel
healthcare this week.
Yeah, if you already feel othered in a healthcare scenario and then people pile on to that, like, just think about the language you use, right? So, like,
Right.
let's talk about the GLP-1s, like, this narrative around it's a lazy way out and it's, you know, whatever, that lazy or undisciplined or whatever, like, it takes a lot of strength to go to a doctor
And say,
and
"I need
do a
help."
lot of tests and say, "I need help." It takes a lot of discipline to think about, "Okay, I'm putting something new into my body every week. I need to pay attention to my body more than I maybe have been."
Yeah.
It takes a lot of new skills that you have to learn, and so it's just like, I don't care if you don't agree with if you don't feel that for yourself, that's I think what you were saying earlier, that's not the point. No one is teaching you, no one's asking you at this time when we're asking for compassion to walk around, you know, making sure you understand your opinions on things. Like, do that on your own time, that's fine. We're asking, like, right now,
Right.
people need compassion, which means you need to walk around
Mm,
and really be thinking
yes.
about and being empathetic about what other people are going through, what other people's life story is, and knowing that, like, it's not yours.
What so for right now, what does reclaiming your body autonomy look like right now? Whether it's piercings, tattoos, or whatever. What does that look like for you?
That feels like a setup.
It really
I
wasn't,
sure.
but maybe it was.
I was actually just I was just talking to a friend who told me I was asking them how. Oh, I know who it was. I was asking them how their child was who just started college, and they're like, "Well, it's been 2 months and they already have 2 new piercings and a tattoo." I said, "Girl, welcome to the club." I had
Right.
2 new piercings by the time November pulled around my freshman year. I will say, what does reclaiming my body autonomy look like?
Mhm.
I think that,
And
well,
thinking in terms of what happened this weekend.
yeah, the pho so, you're gonna laugh, but I think my maybe over curated social media feed that tends to lean to a lot of female athletes more
Oh, yeah?
than pop stars, more than celebrities, more than actors or actresses. Like, my whole feed's female athletes. So I have noticed just a different body image that is
Yeah.
presented to me day to day. And so I think I'm trying to prepare my body for performance. That is the most important
Mhm.
thing to me, is
Prepare your
can
body
my
for
body
performance.
show up for me in my most important moments?
Mm.
And my most important moments are not like, "Do I look good in this whatever dress?" My most important moments are like, if something happens to me and I need, my body to show up for me, if I need to go run away
If
from
you need
something,
a run
I
and
need to
fight,
jump, if
listen,
I need to fight, if something happens to me and I have an infection and my body needs to fight back, if I need to, carry my new goddaughter for a long
I was
way.
like when you said Carrie, I said, "Is
What
this
do you mean?
late breaking news?" No, just
Girl,
I
no.
was like I was
No,
like, "Whoa."
it's gonna be carry the groceries or carry uh,
Not
no.
Carrie anything.
It's things like that. It's like, how do I make sure that,
Hmm.
um, my body can perform for me and can show up for me?
Yeah, I like
And
that. I
yes, what
think I'm
about
in a
you?
I need to like stop obsessing, release some things, and, figure out the pain. I think, going through this change of life is what I call it. I call it the change of life. You have seasons in which you feel good and you feel bad. And so I would love a few more seasons of feeling good. So what does that mean? I'm thinking about different things that can help me feel better. So that's what I am, because I too want to fight. Not really. I'm not looking
I
to
was
fight.
gonna say, are we
I'm
just can
looking
I just keep nodding and smiling at this?
I'm looking to stand. I'm looking to be able to do more, and I'm looking
Mhm.
to heal, because
Okay.
this 50-year-old chick is struggling sometimes.
Aren't you older than 50?
I think I don't look it.
That
Remember,
wasn't my that
it's
wasn't my
maybe it's that
question.
is it the Botox, or is it it's
Yeah, exactly.
the
The bo
GLP, or what
the
is it?
Botox for her migraines.
Right, just a little, just move it down just here. But yes, so what are your personal rituals, and what do you do? Like, you're going to the gym. You are going to the gym a lot. So is those
No,
part
I
of
mean,
it?
I'm just no, no, no. I'm
Yeah,
not gonna
no?
even lie to y'all. I mean, yes, I'm getting back into it for sure.
Right.
I think, look, this is a place where ChatGPT and I no one's gonna be
Not
surprised.
chat.
But it was helpful because I am somebody who Sunday night will come up with a routine for my next 6 months that I forget by Monday morning. And I will document this has been my life's story. I will
Okay.
document it. I will have circuits. I will have my watch with the times built out so that I can blah blah blah. So I basically did that with chat and then I was like, okay, make this realistic. Here's actually all the things I don't won't do that I just told you I will do. Like what I won't do is 5 times out of 10, I'm not doing that 6 a.m. walk. So what are you gonna make up for me
Yeah.
later in the day that I'm not gonna do it? Because 50% of the time, I'm not doing it. And realistically, 3 nights a week, I'm gonna work later than I expected to, and I'm not gonna make the 6 o'clock class. So what's the backup
Sounds
for
like,
that?
yeah, my life.
And what is realistic? Here's the cardio circuit I saw in Self Magazine. What's realistic for me, right? Like, so I have been doing that, and I would say I've been checking it, like, let's say 20% more than I would check normally.
Okay.
I'll give it that. So that's helpful. So trying to be more realistic.
I need advice. I have had chat do programs for me, do all sorts of things. I just get caught up in the list.
You gotta say that to chat. Exactly what you're saying right now. Once it creates it, then you say, "Look, I get caught up in the list chat. I ain't gonna do any of this.
Right. I mean, I
What are
will
your
say that,
recommendations?"
yeah, I need chat to fit in. So, they'll create a whole Saturday and Sunday schedule for me, because I have a lot of projects I'm working on. But I need to fit in a 20-minute workout, get in the bike, go for a walk, do this. Give me three or four things that I can do throughout that whole day that I can fit in. There's no reason. I work from home, and all my work is from home. So I just need to somehow, because I think I feel better when I do something.
You don't think you feel better. You always feel better. There's no I was thinking about
That's
that
true.
when I was out for a walk the other day. I was like, there has never been a time
That I didn't feel you.
where a walk hasn't felt better.
Yeah. Right.
It's like it's changing that I mean, maybe that's the thing too of like what thing can you change? Like changing the narrative, I think is probably something I could definitely work on
Yeah.
of like this hurts. I can't do this because of this
I know, I
today.
am a big hurt.
Instead
I've
of
been
being like, oh, I wasn't saying you. I was
No,
saying
I'm saying that's me.
generally. Oh,
I was like, let me personalize it. That
because I'm
happened.
like sometimes like, but it will never not feel good. Like today, I was like, oh, it's the time of the month. I don't feel like going for a walk. I have cramps. But the real story is like, I will feel better if I go for a walk.
Right. Right.
There's not a
Right.
question about it, right?
Right. So I think we just need to do the best, and then being your body without apology. I think there's a lot of apologizing that I do. I feel like this, I don't do this, I wish I could, like there's a lot of that. And just go, okay. make some commitments, make some decisions to listen
Mhm.
and be aware. And I think we need to start calling people out on the BS.
Uh-oh.
So if you touch my hair,
Okay, well, girl,
I need
who's
to
the last
stop.
person has someone touched your hair recently? Oh,
The last person that touched my hair was it was in April, and
that feels
it was
recent.
at a non it was at a
Oh, at a wedding.
no, it wasn't a wedding.
Oh, just an
Mm-mm.
event. Formal event type of thing?
It was an event, a conference of some kind.
Gotcha.
And someone came up to me and was like, I had braids, and someone came up to me and was like, "Oh
Oh.
my god, I didn't realize." And I just looked at them and I was like, "What are you doing?" Like I was like, and I think we need to more call people on and go, "What are you doing?"
Okay, here's a question. This is kind of, like, mean, but, like not mean, but I don't know. Someone will take this the wrong way. It's fine, though. Like, the suggestion that I when we talk about autonomy over our body, that I wanna hug you is
Oh,
kinda crazy.
I know.
I really thought after COVID, this was gonna end. Like, I was
It
like, "Really?
didn't.
This is gonna stop people
I
from"
remember I
the
went to
the
something
amount
and
of
I
people
said,
that come up and are like, "I'm a hugger," and their arms are already around you, and you're like, "I'm not." Like, what? What are you supposed to say at that point? Like, "Back up off
or
me?"
someone comes in and go, I'm coming in for a hug." And you're like,
Bleh.
"Hi." And then maybe you're cough 5 minutes later.
Right.
Like, I just feel
Or
like
there's, like,
it's
5
oh
people in like, area, and then they hug each person, and they're like, "Am I cool?" So then it's like, okay, if I say no you're putting me in a situation, if I say
right.
no now,
I can't say no.
now I'm the
If I
ass.
say you could say I have a cold.
Right,
Sometimes you
right.
could lie, but I feel like
Or,
there
like, if
is
I
a
said like, what's the
social
answer to that? Like, I'm not and you back up and you just put your hands up like in an X? Like, I'm not
I know that I don't think the X is gonna be good. I don't think you can go,
I'm
"No!"
not
Right, and that's
oh,
not
I
what you're
meant more of,
doing.
like, across my whole body with a push out.
No, I mean, I even tried I thought wearing a mask, because sometimes I wear a mask in public and you think,
Right.
"Well, no one's gonna wanna" they still go in. They
I'm a
still will go
hugger
in. I
is
could have
just
COVID for
as
all you know.
I'm a hugger is just as bad as the guy at the gym telling me about my row
Okay, then
efficiency.
no, no, no. I don't think you really think so? You
You're
go
still coming at my bot like, I don't you're giving me no option.
okay,
I'm a
this
hugger.
is an audience question. If you're a hugger, have you asked someone, what if they said, "Can I hug you, Jessica?"
I honestly it unless if we've mutually approached each other to hug, which means I want to hug you, I'm signaling to you I wanna hug. If in I'm not a kind of person that you have to guess about. So, if you're having to ask me if you can hug me, that means I don't wanna hug you, or I'm not trying to hug you.
What
It
about
doesn't
a
mean I don't
side
want
hug?
to.
Can you do a side hug? Or you could
Sorry.
do a dap. Instead of a hug, you could go, "Give me 1, give me 2," like, kind of
To like a white woman, give me a dab." They're like, "What?"
okay, a white woman is gonna be challenging. Bec
I no, I really am not like a to me, it is never
this is hard.
if you're paying attention to the
Yeah,
other person, you
yeah.
should not wonder if they wanna give you a hug or not. If you walk up to somebody and they're not at the same time as you
"Hey," you're
approaching,
like, "Hey," like that. That's it.
you have enough time to stop.
Right, right,
So
and
if
usually
you're just
I'm
pushing
trying to do
yourself
this.
on someone and like, "Hey, I'm a hugger," it's like, "Okay, well, now we're just playing by your
Yeah,
rules."
I have people who absolutely know that I don't wanna hug them because I'm also a germaphobe. I know one person, he goes he's a white man, and he wants to and he'll always go, "I'm coming in, and I'm coming," and I'm like, "Do you have to?" Like, occasionally I've said, "Do you
Now
have
you're
to?"
making like a yeah, now it's like on you to make a joke to get out of it.
Now I'm yeah. So it goes back to, and this is for our audience, what are the boundaries? We have to start
It's
setting
like
boundaries.
you
We
yeah, but
have to though.
we
We
have
have
to
to say,
set them, but we also have to pay attention when other people are flashing them at us.
but nobody seems to care.
Uh,
Nobody cares. Nobody cares. So,
Let me just
what do
say, I'm
you
putting it out there. If I don't, you will never have to guess if I wanna hug you. I
how
promise you.
what are you
You'll
gonna
never
do
have
then
to
what are you
guess.
gonna do the next time some stranger or some colleague goes in for a hug? Are you gonna go? I know someone who has I've seen them do
He says,
this,
"I'm good."
who says, "You know what? I don't like to hug. How about we shake hands?"
I don't even wanna shake hands with you, though.
Okay, girl, you have okay,
I mean,
shaking hands is
I will.
the
I mean,
risk
but
of
it's better
what
than
if you
dapping someone up, but
okay, what if I
okay, if it's a
said,
okay,
"High five." How about a high five?
in
How
a
about a high
professional
five?
setting, I think in a professional setting, I feel comfortable because I feel comfortable enough moving forward. Like, I'm not because
Okay.
I feel what happens is I feel bad about what it said. I feel like it says something about me when I'm in front of other people, like, "Oh, she's the only one who's not doing it, so just, like, comply and suck it up."
Yes, but
But I
we have
think
to stop
moving
doing that.
forward yeah, I think moving forward, I'll just say, like, I'm
I'm
more
not a hugger.
comfortable I'm more
Mm.
comfortable shaking.
Yes, okay, or how about a high five, girl? I would be like, "Girl,
Mm, no,
woo."
I'm not doing black scent, like, "Hey, girlfriend, I do high fives instead." Like, no, I'm not
Okay.
that's not
You
me
know
either.
that okay, fine. So, we are gonna set boundaries. We're gonna be actually use our words.
Actually, you know what happened too? This is not
Huh.
a this is a black man this weekend at a professional situation, friends of a friend, like, I don't know this person at all, and I really have no reason to know this person after this moment. Sought me out, came up to me, started talking to me, and then said, "Hey, can we take a selfie together?" Now
And
my photo's in your phone.
did you do it?
Yeah.
Okay. I want listeners to come and help Jessica to set boundaries because
I know.
first of all
That was
first of
bad. That was
all,
bad as I was doing it, and then also he's having me take the photo. This is an older gentleman, of course, older
well,
black man.
why did he need to take a
And then I
selfie with
took a
you?
picture, he goes, "No, take another one. That one didn't look so good." I'm like,
Where
and
is
I
he
almost used
putting
the N word on him at a like,
let's
"I'm
not
not
today.
here to do this, and I'm about to delete this so you can't even see this again and you won't even know," but I don't know. God, I need that was bad. That was bad. I'm just
So
realizing right now.
allowing him to take the selfie,
Touching my
then
body. He touched me.
I shake my body,
Yes.
and he's a friend of a friend of a friend of a friend, a friend.
Not even, like, kinda of an acquaintance.
And why did he need a selfie of a it sounds like a younger woman in his phone?
Oh,
That's
I'm getting
gross.
grossed out. I'm getting
We
grossed
are
out.
grossed out officially. So, what is the lesson that we've learned on this podcast?
Body autonomy.
Body autonomy, setting boundaries. When someone comes up to you in any situation,
I have
excuse me?
COVID.
I'm not sure that's the answer,
I have a
but I think we
communicable
have to
disease.
call people on it.
Yeah, we do.
I think until we call people on it, they're gonna go to the next system and do the same thing.
My body, my boundaries.
So what we've learned, boundaries, autonomy. I think what we want is our
Language,
list
language,
language.
language.
Oof, language. We need advice on this. It's clear. So anyone out there listening, send us voice notes. We'll probably post on our social media. How are you reclaiming your space? And what tips do you have for us as we begin to reclaim our space? Our
Yeah.
our weight, our worth, and our black bodies do not need to have other people touching them and their opinions.
Blessings. Season's greetings.
Happy holidays.
Hey, it's Jessica. Thanks for listening to Girl Call Me. If you have something to add or a story to share, come on over to Instagram or Facebook and join the conversation. Also, make sure you follow and subscribe. Girl Call Me. You don't want to miss when we release new episodes. Thanks for listening.